I'm Kelly Henry of Kelly's Cuisine, and it's Christmas time. I love the music at Christmas, I love the parties, and of course I love the food. Today I'm going to share with you a highly requested video. It's a favorite at holiday times. It's the mother of all cakes. Today we will be making the great cake. In some Caribbean countries we call it the Caribbean cake, or the dark cake, or the rum cake, or the black cake, but in Barbados we call it the great cake. So I'll be sharing that recipe with you today. Now let us go over the ingredients. You need 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar. I use granulated sugar, but you can use brown sugar if that's what you have. ½ pound of butter, 5 eggs, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. You need this lemon zest because this helps to get rid of the rawness you get from the egg. 4 tablespoons of browning. Now browning is essential because the browning is what you need to give the cake that rich, dark color. So we need 4 tablespoons of browning. And you don't add too much because the browning can also make the cake a little bitter. So you need to be careful. You stick to 4 tablespoons of browning. And now to our spices. You need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and some salt to taste. And to add just a little zing at Christmas time, I use a dash of almond extract and a dash of vanilla extract. And these are the ingredients we need for the batter. Now to our fruits. We need a ½ pound of raisins, ½ pound of cherries, ½ pound of currants, and a ¼ pound of mixed peel. We mix these fruits together and we cover them with what some persons consider the secret ingredient. To make a great cake great, you always add alcohol. And once you have alcohol with your cakes, this cake will last for up to a year. But can you have a fabulous great cake without alcohol? Yes, you can. Today we will be using grape juice instead of the alcohol. To get our fruits prepared, we're going to add them all to a container. So we add the cherries, we'll add the raisins, we'll add the currants, and we'll add the mixed peel. And we just keep them covered for about 3 days, soaking in grape juice. Now if you were using alcohol, you can soak these things for up to a year. And once they're soaking, the alcohol or the grape juice that we're using today will be absorbed into the fruit, so it makes them soft and moist, and that adds to the softness of our cake. Once these have been soaking for about 3 days, we'll put them into a high-powered blender, like this one here. And then we'll be ready to use them. Now to make our batter, we need to cream the butter and the sugar together. Make sure your butter is soft, because it's easier to cream butter when it's soft as opposed to when it is frozen or hard. So we put the butter and the sugar together, and I'm going to use a hand mixer to cream the 2 of these together. Now we start on a low temperature because you don't want the sugar to be flying out of the bowl. So you just watch. Now we're going to add the eggs. I usually whisk my eggs together, but I'm going to add the eggs a bit at a time. We need to have the eggs fully incorporated into this mixture. Just look at it. Oh, I can smell the butter and the sugar. It's going to be soft and fluffy and extremely light. These are components of a great cake. We're going to Now we'll add just a tip of almond extract, about 1 teaspoon, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You should measure it just to be precise, but I guess I can eyeball it. We're going to add some lemon zest. And now we're going to add the fruits. The flavor is so good. You can smell the currants, the raisins, the cherries. This is really good. We're going to add the fruits and then we're going to blend them before we add the final wet ingredient, which is the browning. I wouldn't add them all together. I'll blend, and then I'll add the remainder. Now that our fruits are fully incorporated in the batter, we're going to add the browning, which gives our great cake the rich dark color. And lightly mix. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients. We'll add 2 cups of flour and we're going to fold them in. Great cake is something that is traditionally used in Barbados at Christmas time, but it's also used for special occasions like weddings or anniversaries, because this cake is guaranteed to be decadent, to be indulgent and luxurious. So that's why we call this cake the great cake. It is one special cake that we always use at Christmas time. So we're going to fold this flour in, and once this is done, we're going to prepare an 8-inch baking tray. We're going to grease it first, and then we'll add some parchment paper, and we'll get ready to put it into a preheated oven, which is 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So make sure your oven is nice and hot at this time, as all we'll have to do is to fold the flour into the batter, put it into our baking tin, and then we're ready for the oven. Cake has been baking for about 2 hours. We took a toothpick, we pricked it in the middle just to make sure that this cake is cooked. And once this toothpick is clean, we know the cake is ready. Traditionally, persons will take a toothpick and prick all around the sides of the cake, all around the top, and then we will pour, or they will pour, additional alcohol. And the alcohol content in this cake helps to preserve it. Now my favorite part to taste. You can see how moist this cake is. You can see, just look at this. Oh, you can smell this cake from here. I wish you could smell it. I can smell the fruits. Enough talk. It's time to taste. It's really beginning to look a lot like Christmas.